So much. Okay, good morning, everyone. We are going to go ahead and get right into it. We're going to warm up with about 3 blocks first, and then we're going to go into some, if you have dumbbells or equal weight water bottles, soup cans, we're going to be doing some weight work afterwards. So we're going to, and you want a chair available for some of the exercises. If you plan on standing for your workout, that's great. But a couple of the exercises will require your feet, so just have one around. So first we're going to start with our chin tucks. Again, this is a very small move. This is a posture exercise for our neck here. So basically we're just sitting up nice and tall and nice and erect here. And we're just trying to push the chin back and give ourselves a double chin. Feel that nice little stretch right through here and then release. Okay, we're going to do 10 of those, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, it's a very small movement. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, all right, from here we're going to turn our head from right to center to left to center for 10. Okay, 5 per side. Ready? Sitting up nice and tall. Here we go. Side, center, side, center. That's 1. Again, center and center. That's 2. Center, center. That's 3. Center, center. That's 4. Center and center. That's 5. Okay, the last one we're going to do is we're going to do 10 seated cat-cow. So we're going to get our thoracic spine moving here. And we're also going to get our chin to our head to go up and down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to round our back, tuck our chin. All right, scoop the stomach and then exhale, lift it all up. All right, heart to ceiling, looking upwards, and then inhale, tuck it all in. And exhale, lift it all up. That's 2. Try to really get that thoracic spine moving. In and exhale up. 3. Inhale, tuck it in. Exhale up. 4. Inhale, tuck it in. Exhale up. 5, heart to ceiling. Inhale, tuck it in. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, tuck it in. Exhale, lift it up. Just 2 more of these. Inhale, tuck it in. Exhale, lift it up. And last one. Inhale, tuck it in. And exhale, lift it up. Good. Go ahead and just shake it all out. We're going to go into shoulder circles next. So we're going to do 10 shoulder circles forward and then 10 back. Okay, these are all our warm-up moves here. Okay, just getting the joints mobilized. Here we go. Forward for 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now we're going to reverse. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, now we're going to go ahead into these Batwings. I'm just gently putting my fingertips on the back of my head here. I'm going to bring my elbows towards the front, and then I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades together and pull back. That's 1, because you're working the back. This is for posture. 2, 3, 4, 5, last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Shake it out. All right. So next we're going to do a combination move. I'm going to show you first, and then we'll do it together. Okay. We're going to do 4, 2 per side lateral bends. Okay. So that's 2, 3, and 4. And then we're gonna go ahead and put our hands across our chest, and then we're gonna twist for 4, 2 per side. Okay, that's one, and that 4 and 4 is like 1 rep, so we're gonna do that for 3 rounds. So follow my lead. Here we go, we're gonna start with those lateral bends. Ready, and begin. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hands across the chest and rotate. 4, other side. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, back to lateral bends. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands across the chest. Rotate. 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more time, lateral bends. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands across the chest. Rotate. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, one more time with the shoulder rolls, but this time, if you can, we're gonna do a full arm circle here. If that's too much on your shoulder joint, keep it like we did in set 1, okay? You can stand for these as well. I'll do these ones standing, okay? And here we go. We're gonna go forward for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good, now reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, shake it out. We're going back to those Batwings, so the hands are behind the head. Keep the core engaged and squeeze on your glutes. Here we go, ready? We're gonna pull back for 1, working the back of the upper back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give me 2 more. 9, and 10. Good, shake it out. Now we're gonna do our 4 lateral stretches to 4 rotations. We can do this standing. When you're standing, I want you to think about just twisting your upper body. Keep your hips facing forward, okay? Don't let your hips twist with. We're just working on the thoracic part of the upper part of your body right here, okay? So here we go, 4 lateral bends. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now twist. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, lateral bends. 1, 2, 3, 4, and twist. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now twist. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. All right, we're gonna do some wrist stretches here real quick. So let's just start with, we're gonna do 5 wrist rolls each direction. You can have them down here, you can have your hands up here, just as long as you're getting those wrists moving here. Ready? Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse the circle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse it one more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so 2 ways we're gonna do our stretch. If you're seated, you're gonna just pull your hand back like this, okay? And you're gonna do 1 hand at a time. And if you're standing, take your chair, okay, put your fingertips facing your knees, okay? And you're just trying to press those palms down. They may not get all the way down on the chair, and that's okay. You're just looking to feel that stretch through the forearm there, okay? So if you're standing, you're doing both arms at one time. And if you're seated, you're gonna go ahead and switch one arm and then the other, okay? All right, and then when you're done that, just go ahead and wiggle your fingertips here. Feel that blood flow kind of rush through your arms there. Okay, and we're gonna move on from that one. We're gonna do We're gonna do our straight arm. You can do this one either seated or standing. I'm going to start seated for the first round, and then the second round I'm gonna do standing. Okay, so we're gonna do our arc, but I'll show you here. This is the one where we arc over and twist. We've been doing this every week here. Okay, we're getting that rotation again. If you wanna stand, exactly, that's it. You're gonna twist and twist, okay? All right, so I'm gonna show this one from standing here, or from seated first. We were doing 2 rounds. Ready? We got 10 reps, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so next we're gonna do 3 forward folds. If you're standing, you're just gonna lift up and you're gonna exhale and lower down. And then very gently and slowly roll up, okay? This is how we do it seated as well, okay? So go ahead, if you're standing, stay standing. This first round I'm doing everything seated, okay? Here we go, we're gonna inhale up and then exhale. Fold it down, tuck the chin, round, and slowly and gently roll it up. Nice and slow, we don't want to get dizzy, okay? That's 1. Take a big inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold it down. Feel your back stretch out here, tuck the chin, round it up. Nice and gentle, roll it up. Good, that's 2. We're gonna do 1 more of those. So we're gonna inhale up. Exhale, fold it down. Round the back, tuck the chin, and gently come up 1 vertebrae at a time. Good, and then the last one we're gonna do here is a lateral lunge hold. If you're standing, I want you to come behind your chair. I want you to be nice and wide with those legs, much wider than your shoulders, and you're just kind of bending 1 knee and trying to feel the stretch through the straight leg, okay? You can hold on to that chair for that support, okay? So stay there if you're doing that on one side. If you're seated, this is what we've been doing. I'm on the edge of my chair here, okay? And I'm just stretching out the one side, and we're gonna hold here, okay? So seated and stand. Next round, I'm just gonna do this standing, not seated, okay? So a few more seconds on this side. And then go ahead. And let's go ahead and switch sides and get that other side, okay? Just kind of stretching out the hip flexor and groin here. Breathe through it. And release. Okay, we're gonna go through that series 1 more time. I'm going to stay standing the whole time for this one. So please stay seated if that's more comfortable for you. We're going back to our straight arm arc over and twist, or I'm twisting side to side, okay? We've got 10 reps, 5 per side. Ready? And begin. Twist. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice strong exhale as you rotate. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, all done with those, all right? 3 forward folds. Remember, if you're seated, you're on the edge of your chair. We're gonna inhale it up and exhale, fold it down. Tuck the chin, round the back, and roll up nice and slow, 1 vertebrae at a time. All right, there's 1. Inhale it up and exhale, fold it down. This is all part of our warm up. Roll it up 1 vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow, good, that's 2. Big breath, here we go. Inhale up and exhale, fold it over for the last time here. And then gently and slowly round it up 1 vertebrae at a time. Good, now we're gonna go into our lateral lunge hold. Okay, so again, if you're seated, you're towards the edge of your chair, you're extending 1 like that. And standing, we're going nice and wide with those legs, holding onto the back of our chair. And then I'm just bending my knees so that I feel that stretch through the lengthened and straightened leg. Okay, so the bent knee is the one that's just kind of supporting you. Hands on the chair, feel that stretch through your inner thigh, your groin. All right, hip flexor. Good, straighten up. And then we're gonna go to the other side. Just holding, go through your own range. You should feel that stretch. Breathe through it. Good, and bring it back up. Okay, so we are going to go into our first set of work. If you have a light pair of dumbbells, you can grab them now. You do not need to use your dumbbells though, okay? You can do this body weight and it'll still be effective for you, okay? So what we're going to be doing, we did this last week. I really like this combination. And it's going to look the same. I'm going to do this one standing, but you're going to, if you're sitting, you're going to do the same thing. The most important part you're thinking about is just staying nice and tall through your body, okay? And possibly coming up to the edge of your chair if you have arms on that chair and you need a little wiggle room for those elbows, okay? So we're going to be doing our seated high row or our high row for 4. So that's like our rowboat, all right, where we're rowing and pulling back. We're going to do 4 reps like that. I want you to think, if you're standing, you're really keeping that core tight, and I'm squeezing and tucking my glutes a little bit so that my lower back does not take any of this, the pressure, okay? So 4 seated or 4 high rows, all right? And then 4 cross jabs. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna do that 4 and 4 combo 3 times. All right, before we move on to the next one. So let's just start with that one first. Okay, so we're going to start with our high row, standing or seated. Ready? Begin. We're going to pull back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now cross jabs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, back to high row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now cross jabs. 1, 2, 3, and 4. One more time. Go back to high row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now cross jabs. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Now the next one we're going to go to is our rope pull. Remember, this is like kind of like you know, raising the flag. All right, we're pulling and pulling down. So I want you to think of a pull, and you're working this muscle back here. Okay, we've got 4 of those, 2 per side, and then we've got 4 hooks. Okay, so this one, when you're standing, if you want, you can pivot on that foot in the back. Okay, when you're throwing that hook, you can pivot. Okay, if you're seated, we're just throwing the hooks. All right, 4 and 4. Here we go. We're starting with our rope pull. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So think of pulling down. Now hooks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now rope pull. Pull it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hooks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now rope pull. Pull down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hooks. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. That's one set. Now we're going to go back to the top, starting with our row, and we're going to flow. Since we've done each now, we're going to flow from 3 sets of 1 to 3 sets of the second combo. Okay. So we're getting ready for our 4 high rows. Ready and begin. Pull back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now cross jab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, pull back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now cross jab. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more step. Pull back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now cross jab. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Excellent. Now we're pulling down. Ready? Pull down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, pull down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. One more step. Pull down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hook. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. About 10, 15-second rest here. We're doing that one more set through, okay? All right. And after that, we'll get a drink and we'll move on, okay? So again, starting with our 4 pullbacks here, our high rows, okay? Here we go. Ready and begin. Pull back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now cross. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, pull back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now cross jab. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more set. Pull back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now cross jab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Right into pull downs. Ready? Here we go. Pull down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, pull down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull down. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hook. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Take a rest. You can put your weights down here and get a drink of water. Just got done those combination moves for the upper body. Hopefully you're feeling a little warm from that. Moving right along. We're going to go into a lower body set. So how I've designed things today is to do an upper body set, a lower body set. So where that blood flow is going from the upper body, then to the lower body, then to the upper body, then to the lower body. And we're going to create a little more of a calorie burn by having that blood flow constantly moving back and forth. So the first one is going to be one that you'll need to use seated because we're going to be doing our leg extensions, okay? We're going to be doing our alternating leg extensions. And remember, we're keeping that foot flexed. We're squeezing the top of the quadricep here, all right? And simultaneously getting a stretch through our hamstring, okay? So we are going to do, 10 of those, okay? Then we're going to do lateral toe taps. I want to show you beforehand, if you're seated, that's where we're sitting on the edge of the chair and we're just coming out to the sides, tapping, which is great. You're going to feel those hip flexors working, that groin working. However, if you're doing standing, we're going to stand up then. You can choose if you're going to hold the back of the chair or not. You can either tap to the side like this, or you can just go ahead and tap. You can even get those arms going. Tap, tap, tap. Okay? So these are your alternatives. I want to show that in advance before we get started. So once we get into this block, we're moving. Okay? And then our last one is our seated crossover crunch we've been doing, right? Where we're kind of taking that elbow to knee, right? You can do this one standing as well. If you would like to advance it, elbow to knee, elbow to knee, elbow to knee. All right? Okay? So I'm going to demo the first one seated, and then the next 2 rounds, we're going to go to standing. We're going to be on a clock. We're going to be on 30 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, okay? So remember, this first one is our alternating leg extension, so we're all seated for this one, okay? All right, here we go. For 30 seconds, sitting at the edge of your chair, 3, 2, 1, we're on. You're nice and tall. You're going to squeeze that quadricep as you lift, okay? Extending that leg. All right. Think of that squeezing and working that muscle on the top of the leg there, the top of the thigh, keeping that foot flexed, just alternating back and forth. All right, next we have those lateral toe taps. Remember, if you want to stand and you want to do a side-to-side tap, please feel free. This first round, I'm just going to demo it seated, okay? 2 and 1. Okay, so next one is our lateral taps. You can stand, or you can go ahead and stay seated with me, whatever works better for you. In 2, 1, here we go. Tap, tap. Remember, you can always tap, tap, get those arms above, tap, tap, tap. All right, go at a pace that's comfortable for you. All right, just trying to open up those hips. All right, transferring our weight from side to side helps with balance. getting a little bit of cardio by getting the upper body, lower body moving at once, 2, and 1. Okay, the next one is a crossover crunch. So again, I'm demoing seated, but you can stay standing, elbow to knee, okay? Here we go in 3, 2, 1, begin. All right, so think of a nice strong exhale as you're twisting, okay, working those abs and obliques. Again, working on balance, transferring that weight from one single leg to another. And kind of getting that heart rate up, right? Making the body warm. This is round 1 that we're completing here. I'm going to go to standing for the next 2 rounds, but please feel free to stay seated if that's best for you. All right, there's round 1. We're going back to leg extension. So this one's the only one where we're all seated here, okay? In 3, 2, and 1. Foot flexed and extend that leg. All right, warming up the thighs, getting the knee joints moving here. We're going into our lateral taps next. We can bring those arms into action to get a little bit more warmth through the body here. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Our lateral taps are next. You can stay seated like I demonstrated in round 1. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna tap, tap. Side, side. All right, take the distance of your step is up to you, whatever feels good there. We're just getting the upper and lower body moving. We're working in lateral direction. All right, anytime we train in a lateral direction, side to side like this, we help strengthen our stabilizing hip and knee muscles through our glute med and time. Okay, next we're going to our star crossover crunches. All right, so here we go in 3, 2, and 1. These can be done seated or standing. All right, I'm just kind of bringing that elbow to knee and nice exhale. We've got one more round of all 3 of these movements after this one. Three, 2, and 1. Good job. Last time with our seated leg extensions, alternating reps here, okay? Make that mind muscle connection with your quadriceps as you squeeze that muscle as you extend your legs straight. Here we go. After we do one more round of these 3 moves, we're going to move on to another upper body block. Try to get nice extension through that knee. Nice and straight. Almost there. Last 3, 2, and 1. Good. You're either going to stay seated for your lateral toe taps, and you can add that arm, or you can stand with me. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Side to side. We have our elbow to knee crossover crunches next. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, we're going to go into either seated or standing, that elbow to knee crossover crunch. Remember, use that exhale as you twist and come in. Let's go. You can get a drink after we're done this set and move on to our next block. We have about 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job, guys. Take a drink real quick. We're going to go back to an upper body set. If you have dumbbells, you can use them. This is going to look, we're going to do 3 rounds of this. And this is also going to be on a 30-10 clock, okay? So it's gonna be the same type of clock, okay? And we're doing 3 rounds. I'm gonna show you what the 2 moves are. I'll demonstrate standing, and then I'm gonna do the first set seated, and then the next 2 sets standing, okay? You can choose how you wanna do them. All right, just remember, if you're standing, what I really want you to focus on is keeping that core scooped, right? Tighten and kind of squeeze your glutes. That helps any kind of like arching through the lower back. That helps like protect your lower back, okay? So our first one is our L fly. You do not need dumbbells. You can do this body weight. So my elbows are facing forward and then I'm squeezing back, okay? And then squeezing back. This is like our Batwing one that we did in the warm. Okay, we have 3 sets of that, all right? I'm gonna demonstrate the first set seated. Please stay standing if that's better for you, okay? All right, here we go with those L flies for 30 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. We're seated up nice and tall if you're sitting here, okay? Core is tight, squeeze, pull back. All right, think of those shoulder blades like you're trying to crack an egg in between your shoulder blades there. If you need to take a break or release your dumbbells, if it gives you any kind of neck strain, I understand you can go ahead and do that. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so that was the back of the shoulders. Now we're going to get the top of the shoulders by doing our curl to press. We're also getting biceps in here. Knuckles are going to stay out to the side. Here we go. Curl it, press, bring it back. 2. We're doing 3 sets of these 2 exercises. Working on the shoulders and the arms here. 2, and 1. Okay, 10 seconds rest, and then we go to set 2 of our L flies. Okay, now I'm going to go to standing. Stay seated if that's best for you. Here we go. 2, 1, begin. Pull back. Remember, this is for the back of the shoulders here. Think posture, think standing up straight. Right? My muscles feel pretty tired right now. I'm not sure about yours. I'm feeling it. And if you ever need to, you can always just release the dumbbells if you have a pair and do it and just keep on going body weight. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, shake it out. We got 10 seconds. We're going back to curl to press. Okay. Get ready. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Knuckles are out the side. Curl, press. Bring it back. If you're standing, you're keeping that core tight, you're keeping your glutes squeezed, right? Five more seconds. 2, and 1. Good. Shake it out. We have one more set of those 2 movements, and then we move on to another lower body set. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. L fly for the last time. Pull it back. Remember, put your thoughts and energy into your posture and your back muscles, your rear delts, the back part of your shoulder, right? Your shoulder blades, your middle, your in between your back where the spine is. Almost done. We got 5 more seconds. 2, and 1. All right, shake that out. We're all done with those. We just got one more set of curl to press here, okay? Deep breath. If you're standing, remember, core tight, glutes squeezed. 2, 1, begin. Curl, press, bring it back. 2. Good, 10 more seconds here, then we'll get a drink and move on to another lower body set. 2, and 1. Good, relax. Go ahead and get a drink here. Still going strong with those 30-10s. We're doing one more 30-10, all right? This one, you can do the first two, you can do seated or standing. Okay, it's our march, all right? We're doing 30 seconds of a march. Okay, so you can either stand it. If you want to hold your dumbbells during the march too, for a little extra intensity, you can do that. Okay, and the same thing if you're seated, all right? And if you'd like to hold your dumbbells to add a little extra intensity, you can do this from a seated position too. Just remember, you kind of have to slide up further out of your chair so you have room for that, okay? All right, so seated or standing march, okay? Then after that, ankle raises. So from a seated position, you can have weights on top of your knees here, and you're just gonna lift and lower. Or from a standing position, hold your weights, okay? And you can do it like this, okay? Or if you need more balance, just don't hold your weights and hold your chair instead, okay? So there are your options there. And then our last one is our sit to stand, okay? So you're just kind of tapping down and standing up, okay? And if you want to hold those weights, I have one of my clients, she likes to do, this is how she likes to do it. She likes to squat down, stand up, squat down, stand up. So she likes to hold the weights, and as she's squatting down, the weights are up top here, okay, next to her shoulders, and as she stands up, they come down, okay? That's just another option, all right? So we are going to start with our seated march. I'm going to do the first round seated. If you want to stand, please stand. You can hold those dumbbells as an option too. All right, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Begin. March it out. Okay, remember, you're thinking of that opposite hand and foot pattern. All right, really, really important for cognitive health. One of the first things babies do when they're learning how to crawl is that opposite hand and foot pattern. It's a very primal thought pattern. We're going into ankle raises next. We've got 3, 2, and 1, okay? So if you're standing, you can hold your dumbbells or just the back of the chair. We're gonna stand on our tippy toes and lower. Ready? And if you're seated, you're gonna follow me. Begin, here we go. So here, I just put my weights on top of my knees. You don't need to do that, okay? Just lifting and lowering. So not only am I working my calf muscles right now, but I'm also working on that ankle mobility, okay? A little bit of ankle mobility here. Almost done with these. We've got 5 more seconds, and then we're gonna go to our sit to stand. 3, 2, and 1, good. Sit to stand is next, okay? And remember, I forgot to say this in the beginning, if you need to hover, if this is better, that's what you're gonna do. Okay, you're just gonna lift and hover out of the chair. We're on, guys. So here we go. I'm gonna follow my client, what she likes to do. All right, my feet are about shoulder width apart or a little bit wider. So this is a dumbbell option right here. You do not have to use the dumbbell. And please go at a pace that's comfortable for you. This is your 30 seconds to work in. 2, and 1. Okay, we are going back to the top. This round through, I'm gonna do it standing with our march, okay? Please stay seated if that's best. Here we go. I'm holding on to these dumbbells for a little extra resistance, a little extra intensity. Get a little bit of a bicep curl there. Get the heart rate up a little bit more. Shifting that weight from side to side. Working on our balance, our heart health. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're gonna go into calf raises next. So we're gonna be lifting and lowering off our heels off the ground. You can do these seated, holding onto the back of the chair, or with 2 dumbbells in your hands. All right, and again, we're on the clock. So it's your 30 seconds to go at a pace that's comfortable for you. If you need to take a little rest within that 30 seconds, there's nothing wrong with that. Just listen to your body, okay? Good, we have 5 more seconds here, and then we're going to our sit to stand. 3, 2, and 1. All right, so coming in front of my chair, my feet are about shoulder width or a little bit wider. All right, we're gonna go ahead and sit it down, curl, and stand up. The dumbbells are an option. You do not need to use these. Just working on our squatting. Good, 10 more seconds here, and we're gonna go through it one more time. 2, and 1. Okay, last round through. We've got either our seated march or our standing. You choose what's best for you here. Remember, if you're seated, you're closer towards the edge of the chair, so you have room. Here we go, opposite hand and foot. Dumbbells are optional. And that weight from side to side. Ten more seconds here. Then we're going to go into Cad Raises. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so either a seated Cad raise, okay, standing, holding onto the back of the chair, or standing, holding your dumbbells, or lifting up onto our tippy toes and back down. Begin. Here we go. Go at a pace that's good for you. Again, this is strengthening the calf muscles, and it's also working on some ankle mobility here too. After this, we have sit to stand for the last time, or that hover off the chair, remember, if it's too much to stand up and down, okay? All right, coming in front of our chair. All right, here we go. I'll start from a seated position. Feet are wider than shoulder width or about shoulder width. Here we go. So we're gonna stand it up. Tap down. Work at a pace that is good for you. Remember, it's quality reps over a whole bunch of reps, okay? Three, 2, and 1. All right, guys, little rest here. That was 3 sets through that. We're going back to an upper body set, all right? And then we have one more set for lower body after that. We're gonna do a Tabata next, okay? So we're gonna do, that's 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, okay? And we're going to do tricep kickbacks, okay? So from a seated position, you got your elbows tucked in to your rib cage here. My knuckles are facing the side, right? And I'm extending my arms straight to work the back of the arm. You can do these standing by simply bending over like this. Okay, so I'm just kind of bent over and pushing my hips back. Okay, and you don't need weights. You can just squeeze the muscle without a weight. Okay, after that, we're going to go into bicep curls. All right, seated or standing. Bicep curls, okay? After that, we're gonna go into a row. So from a standing position, it's gonna look like this. You can give me body weight here. You're just pulling up, all right? From a seated position, I'm sitting on the edge of my chair and I'm rowing up, okay? Just like this, all right? Knuckles facing out to the side. And then our last one is press. Press, not done with those presses just yet. I'm adding a little bit more in and we're gonna alternate them, okay? All right, so starting with our tricep kickbacks, round 1, I'm going to go ahead and do this seated. You can do this from a standing position. Ready? And begin. I'm on the edge of my chair. I'm leaning forward and I'm kicking back. I'm extending those arms long and squeezing my triceps. Good. We have 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Sitting upright or standing upright. We're going into bicep curls next. Okay, you can do these without weights in your hands as well. Okay, sitting up nice and tall. Here we go. Just make that mind muscle connection. Think about your bicep. Tell it to squeeze. right? Stay focused and stay present in what movements you're doing. After this one, we're going into our bent over row. You can do the seated or standing. 2, 1, good. All right, so now we're gonna hinge back over like we did for our tricep extension. We're gonna keep those knuckles facing out the side, but we're just pulling up. Okay, here we go. Pull up. Seated row. Think of your back muscles. Like on the sides and underneath your shoulder, your armpit, like around that area. 2 and 1, okay? Stand it up, standing up tall or sitting up tall. We're gonna go into an alternating shoulder press, okay? 3, 2, and 1, here we go. Press, press. And that'll be round 1. We're gonna keep on rolling through that. 3 or 4 sets, we'll see how we feel. We'll see how time is. 3, 2, and 1, good. Back to the beginning. I'm going to show this set standing up. You can remain seated if that's better. We're going through our tricep kickbacks, okay? So you'd be seated in the forward in your chair and we kick back. So when my arms are extended long, I'm really talking to my triceps. I'm squeezing, I'm telling them to work. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to stand it up. We're going into bicep curls next. Working on the front of the arm now. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. All right, just make that mind muscle connection. You don't have weights, no problem. All right, just think about it. Tell the muscle to contract. Okay, that mind muscle connection is important. Three, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going into a bent over row. So you're either at the edge of your chair bent over or you're standing and bent over. Knuckles out to the side. And we're going to pull those weights or just those hands up. Squeezing our lats, which are the muscles that are in the back and the side underneath our armpit area. Three, 2, 1. Okay, now we have our alternating press, okay? We're just going to alternate pressing up one arm at a time in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Press, press. We'll have time for one more round of this through here, and then I'm going to give us one more lower body exercise that we'll go real quick through. I know we're getting close to our time. I just like to fit it all in. I can't help it. All right, last round through, guys, with those tricep kickbacks, okay? So again, you're either seated and bent forward or you're standing and bent forward. Elbows up to the ribs. All right, and here we go. Kick back. Really talking to those triceps. Again, if you don't have weights, no problem. Just stay focused. Think about the squeeze. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, standing up or sitting up. We're going into bicep curls. And 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. If you're standing, remember, keep the core tight, keep the glutes tight. Good. We've got 5 more seconds here, and then we're going to go into our bent over row from our seated or standing position. And time, okay? So getting into our row position here, pushing the hips back if you're standing, bending over. All right, knuckles out to the side. Here we go, and row. Pull it up. We got 5 more seconds. 2, and 1. Okay, alternating press for the last time. All right, here we go in 3, 2, One, whether you're seated or standing, one arm up and then the other. Three, two, and one. Good. Get a drink. Okay. While you're getting a drink, I'm just going to show, we're going to go 2 rounds through on this last exercise from a seated position. We're going to do all the left or right. You pick all one side first and then all on the other side. And what we're going to be doing is sitting on the edge of our chair. It's our lateral taps that we're tapping, 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 tapping. Okay, so we're all going to get one side. We're going to do 8 to 10 reps on one side and then 8 to 10 reps on the other for 2 rounds. If you're going to be doing it standing, you can, with or without a dumbbell, you can hold onto the back of the chair. With a dumbbell, you're just kind of placing it on the side of your leg. Okay, and you're lifting and lowering. Okay, and you can do that, the same thing. You can do that without a weight too, lifting and lowering. I want you to think, if you're standing, lifting through the heel of your foot. The heel is what's guiding that leg up. Okay, not the toe, the heel. Okay, otherwise you're seated. You're going to come out and tap. I'm going to do the first round seated. Okay, you can stand for both rounds if that's more your speed. Okay, so 8 to 10 reps. Ready? On the edge of your chair here, if you're seated, one side, begin. Tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Relax that leg. Same thing other side. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, one more set. I'm going to move to standing. Please stay seated if that's more comfortable for you. All right, going back to our first leg for 10 reps. Here we go. Ready? And begin. I'm going to through the heel of my foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Switching legs. Other side. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, guys, that is a wrap. All right, I took us right to the end today. Let's do one big inhale up. Hands together, palms come down the heart. Good, let's do that one more time. Inhale up, and exhale, palms to center. Thank you guys so much. I hope you liked today. I did try to increase intensity based on last week's, talking and everything like that. So please, any feedback is always super helpful. I appreciate you guys. He'll come back any second.
This was great, Coach Elaine. I have a problem with my left arm, so the arm exercises, showed me how much range I have.
Okay, good. Yeah, so, and that's what you want to do. If you notice that you have limitations, just work within the range that you have. And you feel pain, you want to make sure you don't try to, go too far into the pain. Just work within your range, and hopefully with consistency, that's going to help increase that range too.
Yeah. Does anyone else? We love having Coach Elaine, especially on such a Tuesday, rainy Tuesday. We love starting our day this way. Oh, this was great. I like that you progress gradually from Rosemary. Chris, people cannot unmute themselves. Okay, that's probably why. All right. And I will go to unmute themselves. I checked that out. Now they can. Let's see. Can you? There you go.
Yep. Oh, hello.
Hey there, how are you?
Okay, I woke up yesterday with the worst Charlie horse I probably had in my lifetime. And I hadn't done anything strenuous. I just went for a walk, no massive leg workout, but it just woke up like, I had to kick these winter covers off, and the leg was shot for the day. I just went to the movies and that was it. But it was really, is there anything can be done to prevent that from occurring during the night?
Honestly, I always go back to, I think when I hear people talk about cramps, and for myself and for my husband in particular, who deals with like Charlie horses from, sometimes his is like activity related, magnesium, as long as it's okay with your doctor. I don't know what everyone's kind of medications people take. Magnesium supplement is really, you hear people say potassium, but magnesium is, we're typically lacking that in our diet with modern agriculture and everything. We don't get the same type of magnesium in our diet that maybe we did, years ago, for modern farming and everything. So I would really suggest having like some magnesium supplements on hand. When my husband gets a Charlie horse and he takes it, and of course, increase your water intake. Your water is, your hydration is a big part of that. So I would suggest magnesium, increase water, and then once you get out of the actual cramp itself, maybe a little, self massage if it's not too painful, just to try to loosen up the muscle that's kind of, angry at you,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but that's honestly, Matt, if it's okay with your doctor, you can find it inexpensive at the drugstores, magnesium is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, I get like cramps sometimes in the sides, like on this kind of side of the abs, it just sort of stiffens. Is that the same principle though it's happening?
Yeah, kind of like the side stitch and whatnot. I would think so. Yeah, if you're cramping up like that, I really think that a lot of times that is a hydration or a magnesium source. And furthermore, some magnesiums are a little bit harsher on the, forms are a little harsher on the stomach than others. I really recommend magnesium glycinate. That's what I take, and it does not, my stomach's sensitive. It does not bother my stomach. Magnesium glycinate is a highly absorbable form, and it's gentle on your stomach. So that's my recommendation on that.
Okay. Is there a food that has magnesium in it, or not too many?
Things like coconut water. I know coconut's one of those things like you either love it or you hate it, really. But things like coconut water is going to have like a high potassium and magnesium amount in there. That's something you can, if you enjoy the taste of that. They sometimes make them with like pineapple. They taste like pina colada more than just coconut. I do enjoy that. When I'm doing strenuous workouts, yard work outside, when it's hot out, when I'm sweating a lot, I will refer to that. And I guess sometimes your Gatorades and whatnot could be okay in moderation. You don't want to overdo that because the salts and whatnot in that can, if you're drinking that consistently, can kind of have some adverse effects on your kidneys and whatnot. So that's fine to drink. Just don't make that your go-to all the time drink, So.
Anyone else who has any questions? Those are great questions. Sometimes you get a Charlie horse and that's just like excruciating, the after effects. So that's a great question. Anyone else?
Somebody asked about best workout wear in the rain. Speaking of rain, because it's raining today. In your experience, Coach, what do you like to use?
Dry wick. The material you really want to wear is material. Look for things that say like Cool Max or Dry Wick, things that are going to, as they dry, they're going to pull moisture away from your body. Cotton is not a good source if you know you're going to be sweating heavily or in the rain. Cotton's not really going to pull moisture away. It's going to stay on your body. So while it's comfy, it's not always the best choice for working out. Dry wick, Cool Maxes, and they make that in socks, workout pants, workout tops. You can find it rather easily. Target, online, most stores carry it. And layering too. Layering is sometimes good too. So you can take things off as you get hot or cold, or put them back on.
Good to know. Yes, that's always important. Do you have any recommendations for best socks to wear while working out? because there's different options. Like some people like cotton for all natural, but then it's not always wonderful with the sweat wicking.
Yeah, that's the same thing with the socks. They do make, I'm probably wearing a pair right now, dry wick socks. I get mine from Costco. Mine are Puma brand, and I prefer the ankle length. Sometimes people might prefer something up a little higher if you're concerned that your sneaker might rub into, the back of your ankle. But yeah, I prefer a dry wick sock for when I'm working out because it does keep that moisture away from your foot. And it's a little bit thinner. Your cotton socks, sometimes they're very comfy, but they're a little bit thicker. Your feet are you're gonna get warmer quicker with those. So creating more sweat. So yeah, same thing, dry wick. Like I said, mine are from Costco, they're Puma brand, but you can find they're everywhere. Just look up dry wick or Cool Max socks and you'll find them.
Those are great tips. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody else is now asking, speaking of feet, do you have any recommendations for the best shoe to wear? Because there's so many different types of running shoes. There's cross trainers, there's, running shoes. Like it's a maze out there if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's true. Your footwear really is important. I tend to have different sneakers depending on what I'm doing because I just understand what different footwear does. So basically, if you're a runner, you want to make sure you get, or a walker, you're getting running or walking shoes. And they should specify on there. A lot of time what that's going to look like on the soles is you're just going to see a pattern that just goes in one direction, forward and back. Because when you're running or walking, that's all you're really doing in it, is you're walking forward, okay? Now, a cross trainer, what makes that different is that you're gonna see on the bottom of the sole that it's got shapes on the bottom of the sole that go into different directions, because just like we did today, like today I would consider more of a cross training type workout. We're doing side to side, okay? And that sneaker technology is built to handle you being able to do things from a side to side pattern, from a rotation, without as much of a risk of injuring or rolling on the side of your foot. Okay, so I do suggest if you're wearing running shoes, but you're doing a lot of classes and cross-training silver sneakers, any kind of aerobic classes here, whatever you're doing, you might want to consider investing in a cross-trainer sneaker because that'll be more appropriate for the activity you're actually doing. So that's my recommendation on that is just look at your classes, cross-trainer, running and walking sneaker. It should be labeled nice and clear on there what type of sneaker you're buying.